Good morning. Thank you for joining me. I am so excited to be live on this Monday morning so we can kick off the week together. And today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about Cabooties baby shoes in case you're just finding us for the first time and you don't know even like what is Cabooties. That's a weird word. I'm going to tell you a little bit about these soft sole washable baby shoes and why you need them in your life because they are going to save you time and frustration and just make life with your toddler easier. And if you do know about Cabooties, you are in for a treat because I need your help. I am just coming back from taking a few weeks off, as you know, if you've been here a while, and I am getting ready to finally start designing the summer collection. I'm running a little behind on that, and I need your input on what prints are going to make the summer line. And so we're going to chat a little bit about that today. I see some of you have found me live. Thank you for being here. If you could just say hi in the comments so I know that you can hear me. One time I went live and my mic was off, so nobody could hear me. So if you could just tell me that you can hear me, tell me where you're joining from. And since we're going to be looking at some fabric together and I want your feedback, tell me in the comments if you could have anything on a pair of Cabooties, anything at all, what print or color or any design at all would you like to see on a pair of Cabooties? I would love to know that. I have been going totally out there designing this one. I was actually looking at cork fabric the other day, which would be so cool, except it's not washable. And it's really important to me that you guys get washable shoes that are easy to take care of. So let me know if you could have anything on a pair of Cabooties, what would it be? I hope that you guys come with some really cool ideas. Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here with me. Yeah, so I see people are still filing in. Tell me in the comments what would be your dream pair of Cabooties, even if you're watching this on the replay. Thank you for being here. And if you see, I'm going to be popping some comments on the screen as we go. If you see a comment and you don't see it in your feed, I'm actually live on YouTube, on our Facebook feed, and our Facebook group right now. And if you are not in our Facebook group, it's amazing. Like all the women in there are just so nice and so kind. It's called the Cabooties community, and I hope you'll join us. Maritza, I can see you now. Hi, Maritza. Thank you for being here. Yeah, tell me in the comments, what is your dream pair of Cabooties? I'm actually going to take you over to the website that I use to design and have fabric printed and shop for fabric from other indie artists too. We're going to go to Spoonflower because I want to show you kind of what I've been milling about in terms of summer designs. I would love it. If you see a print you like, tell me in the comments. And if there's something you want to see and it's not there, tell me that too, because I am still working on putting this together and I would love your feedback. So let's see if we can pop this in. I am going to take this little banner off so you can actually see it. There we go. So this is Spoonflower. This is where I like to shop for fabric because I can create my own designs and add them to shoes for you based on your feedback. And here's some that we're thinking about now. This top left rainbow print is one that I hope you guys love because we have a very pastel pink rainbow print now that I actually started doing in honor of my daughter, who is our rainbow baby. And I really want to continue to have a rainbow print in our lineup, but that pink kind of rainbow has just been a little feminine. And so I wanted to find a rainbow that was more gender neutral. So this was one that I worked up on Friday. Let me know what you think about these bright rainbows because I would really, really, really like to add this one. Let's see. I got a lot of feedback in the Facebook group about mustard. And so these top 3 mustard prints here are also designs that I worked up this weekend. And I want to know too, what is your feeling on the shade of mustard? It's going to look different on every computer screen, so it's hard to tell. But like, do you like dark mustard, light mustard? Are you just not into yellow? Let me know. Here's a yellow gingham that's new. There's just lots and lots of prints in here. Oh, and we're also working on patriotic prints. This watermelon print here. Can you see this one? Yeah, this watermelon print was the result of some feedback from our Facebook group members. And there's some other red, white, and blue prints here that we might or might not be working up. This plant print was actually inspired by some of these custom Cabooties, but I'm thinking about bringing them back full time. This cheetah print is one that we have offered before. And I think we might need to bring it back. We discontinued it at the end of last summer, but I think it might need to make a reappearance on the website. Okay, so, and then Do you guys see these ice cream and sprinkles in the bottom corner? How cute would it be, this waffle cone print on the heel and the ice cream sprinkle stripes on the toe? Are you into that? I'm seeing lots of comments. And then there's actually a whole second page back here. There's a lot of tie-dye options. This mud cloth print, this like a steel blue with the white patterns on it, is one that we did last summer. I wonder if we should bring that back. Here's lots of adorable tie-dye options, which you guys were really, really into last summer. Are you still into those? And this fish is actually inspired by a custom of Tess. Thank you, Tess. That has been sitting in my library, and I'm wondering if everybody needs access to that because it is adorable. I'm really glad that we collaborated to come up with this print together. And then there's some lavender rainbows, which are a little more feminine than the ones I showed you before. I'm going to pop a look in the comments and see. Oh, Marissa is really excited. I haven't done a book print, but that is a great idea. I'm going to add that. I'm actually going to write it down right now to add that to the list. Red, white, and blue stars might be in production with my work from home seamstresses right now. So we will be having some patriotic prints coming really soon. Red, white, and blue stars, bomb pops, and one other print that you might be able to guess if you're in the Facebook group, but I'm actually waiting on the fabric still right now. But bomb pops and stars are at the seamstresses right now. And book prints for story time at the library is a genius idea. When we have done customs in the past, there's always been at least 3 people grabbing book prints in baby shoes and mommy slippers too. Like, what better shoes to read or to snuggle up and read in, right? Like when your kids finally give you a moment. And yeah, I'm loving that ice dye. I'm going to show you the rainbows that we currently have on the site that are similar, but the ice dye is way more subtle. And as I'm looking at trends for the summer, I'm seeing a lot of more like muted tones. My concern and the reason I've been on the fence about ice dye is, and if anybody's wondering what the ice dye print is, it's this one right here, the second from the top left. My kind of concern about the ice dye is that it's very pastel. It's very pastel. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. I'm trying to multitask. And I was wondering if you guys would freak out about, oh, it's going to get dirty easily, but that would be printed on Eco Canvas, which is that print that's made with recycled water bottles. So no virgin plastic is going into that. It is all recycled plastic. And the dirt, like if it's really wet, it's just going to like slide right off that. If you're a little bit dirty, wipes off with a washcloth. And if you make like a big mess, just throw it in the washing machine. They are easy to clean, but I know sometimes people are apprehensive, like they won't even touch anything that's white adjacent because kids are messy. So I would love your feedback on the ice dye print because it is really, really pretty. Like I haven't had it printed up yet, but I would love to because it turned out so cool. I am going to take that away. And now that my banner's gone, you can see sitting on my sewing machine, I have a bunch of shoes stacked up over here. If you're joining me for the first time and you're like, okay, that's fabric, that's nice, but like, I don't actually know what Cabooties are. What are we even talking about here? Let me show you. These are Cabooties. So these are not, if you've never seen a pair of shoes, you're going to say, those aren't even shoes. Like that's not, when I go to the shoe store and look for shoes, that's not what I'm looking at. These are going to save you time. They're going to save you frustration. They are the answer to that question of why can't I get shoes on my kids' feet? And like, why won't they keep them on? These are the answer to that. When my son, who is now 8, was first learning to walk, like I could not get shoes on his feet because they were these like round, just balls. I couldn't get shoes on his feet. And when I finally did, after like 10 minutes of just frustration for both of us, I get shoes on his feet and he would just immediately kick them off. Like, have you been there? Yes. And so I thought there has to be something better than this. There has to be a better way to keep his feet covered and protected, but to give him that feeling of being barefoot that he loves, that our pediatrician keeps telling us is really best for him. And so after a long time at my sewing machine, I designed these for him. And then moms we knew started asking, like, can I get those too? Because I also hate the shoes at the store. And so I started making these for friends. I threw them up on Etsy. And before I knew it, I owned a business. And here we are today. It is, oh my gosh, 6 years later? No, 8 years later. Oh, I can't even do math. It was 2014. Guys, I've been doing this forever. It's a long time later since 2014. And we have these sloth baby shoes as part of the spring collection, but I'm going to show you why Cabooties are easy to put on and why they stay put on your little one's feet. So first of all, this elastic right here is really where all the magic happens, because this is going to open so wide. So you can just slide a wiggly foot right in there, and then it cinches back down. So it's snug around their little ankle, but not tight. They're not going to dislike wearing these because this is not going to squeeze their foot. It's just going to keep them from coming off. These soles are amazing because they're rubber. They are non-slip. They are going to protect your baby's feet, but they're also really thin, which is intentional because they give your baby that sensation of walking barefoot that they love, and that is really ideal for your baby's first steps. As their feet are growing, they need to be able to move their feet and flex the ground and feel the ground to gain their balance. This upper fabric you might have heard me talking about is fabric called recycled canvas, and it is made of recycled water bottles. So it is not virgin plastic. We're not creating more plastic and putting it into the environment. This is plastic that was saved from ending up in a landfill. That has been milled by a company in North Carolina. So it is semi-local to us, not traveling across the ocean. This is made in North Carolina, printed out of sustainable, eco-friendly inks from designs created by indie designers, including myself. This is actually my own fabric design, but we also incorporate designs from other small businesses. I'm working on a collaboration now that I cannot wait to share with you. And this is a sloth print that was designed with the input of members of the Cabooties community Facebook group. It's like a navy blue print with cute little sloths all over it. Every shoe is a little bit different because they all get a little bit of a different piece of the fabric. And another thing that I love about Cabooties that was really intentional is that there is no right or left shoe, because how often have you fought your kids into their shoes and then realized, oh, their shoes are on the wrong feet and now we have to do this again? There is no right or left shoe with these. The other reason that there's no right or left shoe is because as your baby's growing, and I have linked on the Cabooties blog a link to the American Academy of Pediatrics recommendations for baby shoes. It's recommended that in developing feet, you use shoes with a really wide toe box so that there's as little restriction as possible. So by creating this kind of reversible shoe shape, there's also that wide toe box so that your baby's foot is not going to be restricted from moving freely in any way, which mimics that feeling of being barefoot, and is also going to help them get their first steps earlier and easier with less frustration on everybody's part. So everybody wins there. There's no lining inside the sole, again, because we want them to feel the closest to barefoot as possible. So that is your crash course on Cabooties and why they are the way they are. This sloth print is part of the spring line. So when we launch that summer line that we just talked about, the spring line is going to go away. It's not going to be available forever. I have our shoes shipped from a fulfillment center now, which is exciting because I am no longer personally putting all the shoes in bags and shipping them, which is great for everybody because you get your shoes faster and I can spend my limited time in between mothering my children and running this business, designing shoes, hanging out with you guys, doing fun stuff like this. So they are shipping the shoes from Cleveland, another small business that we've partnered with to help your experience be better. I only have a small little space in their warehouse, though. It's literally like one shelf in the warehouse. And so we can only have a limited number of prints in that space. So when summer comes, spring is leaving. So if you are interested in any of these 6 prints and colors I'm about to show you, you're going to want to grab those today. They're on Cabooties.com. This is Sloths. How adorable are these? The next one I'm going to show you, I think we'd offered in summer before, but they came up for spring this year. These are sharks. I call them sharks, which is funny because the biggest animal on there is actually a blue whale. These are whales. And before I show you the rest, I'm going to take a quick look at the comments. Marissa's asking if we still have the original pair of Cabooties, and it was hanging right here in this blank spot over my shoulder. But I told you the our shoes are in a warehouse in Cleveland right now. We're actually in the process of moving ourselves, our family, to Cleveland. And so I had here a framed newspaper article and a little pair of shoes tucked in there. They weren't the original pair of shoes, but they were very, very early. And we're in a shadow box right here. They're currently in our new basement in Cleveland, not hanging on the wall, but I will show those to you guys soon. And Maritza's also saying she loves the light colors because they're easy to clean. So that is good to know. All right. Do you want to see more Cabooties? Let's take a look. So we were talking about ice dye, and I said I was going to show you the rainbows that we currently have in a minute. These are very bold rainbows, totally other end of that like pastel spectrum right here. This is rainbow paint. Every single one of these shoes, like I mentioned with the Sloths, is going to be totally different, but you notice a huge difference in this print. Like some of the shoes are predominantly red, some of them are predominantly blue, and you will not know till they come. Like what a neat little surprise, but they are all rainbows. They do all have this cool tie-dye effect. It was actually when I made this print, I took a big watercolor painting. It was just a big abstract painting, and I kind of flipped it and rotated it together so that it became a seamless design so that it could be printed on an unlimited amount of fabric. And it turned out like this. Like how beautiful and how fun is this? Again, perfect for your rainbow baby, perfect for if you're into tie-dye, if you're into bright colors, if you want something that is loud but also matches everything, because every outfit color you're ever going to wear is featured in these shoes somewhere. These are rainbow paint. Super fun, super bold, also washable. All right, let's get into some really girly pink because we haven't seen any pink yet. I showed you on potential designs for summer that waffle cone that I was thinking would be a really cool heel with the ice cream sprinkles on the toe. This is kind of an alternative to that. This is fun little ice pops with a pink sprinkle heel. And I feel like my color's not showing up really true to color. If you go over to the website, you'll get a better kind of depiction of what color these are. But this is light pink with sprinkles and then a teal ice creams. Let me see. Oh, is that better? I think that's better. There we go. That's definitely more true to color. Now I'm kind of washed out, but you want to see the shoes, right? You're not here for me. All right, two more. So we've seen kind of more masculine blue things. We've seen very bold rainbows. We've seen cute pink. Let's get into something that I think is super gender neutral and goes with everything. This is Pebble Dot. They're cream with little black spots on them. And it's one of my all-time favorite. Like if I want a fun print, but I want something that's going to match, this is what I reach for. Now, we have been talking about light color prints, and if you're skittish about, oh, my toddler is going to trash those, these are made of that recycled canvas fabric. So it is made with recycled plastic, not virgin plastic, which means it's going to sheet water off. It's going to be water resistant, and it's also machine washable. It doesn't absorb staining things in it. They just kind of sit on the outside and wash back off in the washing machine, which is great. So if your kid jumps in a mud puddle in these, you do not have to worry. Even though they're predominantly white, they're going to clean up great. And in fact, I think in the Cabooties community Facebook group, we have pictures from some moms who showed before and afters of when their baby literally was like rolling around in mud and what they look like again after they wash them. So if you're skeptical, go check those posts out in the Facebook group. And then the last one, this is the only one I'm going to show you today that is not recycled canvas. These are navy denim. These are 100% cotton. If you are somebody, and I've heard a lot of comments about this recently, I think it's becoming something people are more aware of, which is amazing, and I am here for it. If you do not want anything that contains plastic, even if it's not virgin plastic, if you are like, no, we don't want that, these are for you. These are cotton uppers. This is a denim that is brushed to be so soft. Like it's not like jeans, unless they're your favorite pair of jeans you've worn 1,000 times and they get that like soft kind of fuzzy feeling on the outside. That's what this is, but from brand new. These are navy blue, and the inside is lined with flannel. They're just, other than the cotton outer, they're just like our regular Cabooties. They still have that rubber sole. They still have this elastic around the outside. These are navy denim. We also have denim available in light gray and black on the website right now. Now, those 6 prints I showed you are from spring. And like I said, when summer comes, spring is leaving, just like with the actual physical seasons. That is how the Cabooties prints work too. So if you are interested in those, you can find them at cabooties.com because they are all limited edition. And those will be going away soon. So remember, I showed you guys a minute ago all of our beautiful spring prints or summer prints, I'm sorry, all of these beautiful summer prints that could potentially be coming soon. Whenever I launch a collection, I do one solid, one very gender neutral, like the Pebble Dots I just showed you, something that is a print, but that's going to match all your outfits. I do 2 really feminine, like pink, unicorns, rainbows, flowers, something like that. And then I do 2 more masculine. I'm a person that like has totally put my son in pink stuff and my daughter in trucks. But I know some of you like to stick to the pink for on your baby girl because it's so fun and whatever. So I try to include something in the collections that checks all those boxes. So 1 solid, 1 gender neutral, 2 super girly, 2 more masculine. And you guys have seen how many choices are in here right now, right? This is way more than 6. So I hope, even if you're watching the replay, would you please comment and tell me either which of these options is your favorite or which you'd really like to see that I haven't come up with a design for yet. And I am going to be ordering that fabric by the end of this week so that we can get started making those. You may have heard me mention it briefly earlier. Right now, we are working on making a small batch of 2 or 3 really patriotic prints, red, white, and blue, because Memorial Day is coming, and I want to have those out to you before the end of May. So keep your eye out for that launch, and make sure you are in the Cabooties Community Facebook group to be notified when those are available. And please, please, please let me know which of these summer prints you are into, because yeah, I'm going to be ordering those very, very soon. And I always obviously want to launch prints that you guys are going to love. The link to that website I was just showing you is in the Cabooties Community Facebook group. And as I create more designs, those will be right in that page. And I see, thank you guys, we're into the floral. Maritza, is that the floral that was on the white or the black? I think that's a floral with a white background, right? And Amanda likes the minty triangle. I created that design like 2 years ago and I have been wanting to use it, and it's been like the runner-up every time, and I feel like those colors are so on trend this season. We need the minty triangle right now, right? Yeah. Okay, thank you for your feedback. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me live on a Monday morning. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope if you're watching the replay, still comment. I would love your feedback on everything. If you have any questions about anything, please let us know. And Jessie answers all of our emails, all of our Facebook messages. We'll get you an answer ASAP. If you need help finding the right size Cabooties, you can find those at, just head over to cabooties.com. In the main menu, you're going to see a fit finder. Click on that fit finder. It's going to help you find the right size. If you are overwhelmed by all of the amazing prints, because I only showed you about half of what we have on the website right now, there's also a little style quiz that you can take, and it's going to curate the perfect Cabooties prints for you. So check that out too. And don't forget to check out our spring collection, which is linked right on the homepage before these go away in favor of the summer collection. That's all at cabooties.com. And I'm always here for you if you need anything. Have the best week. Thank you for joining me live, and we'll chat again soon. Bye.